Okay, Trump bans travel overseas. He also has tested for the coronavirus. People are stocking up on toilet paper. Celebrities' lives matter. Vote 2020. And love is blind. All this and more on Butterfly Blackout. Let's get started. I'm your host, Emily, along with producer Truth and the one, the only. You don't see him, but you hear him. Jeff.
Thank you for introducing me. Yes. Mr. Right. That's what you can call me.
Oh, Mr. Right?
Yeah.
Mr.
Even
Right
though I'm
now?
on your left. I could be right now.
Mr. Left?
Yeah.
But you're
I'm
right.
sitting on your left. That's right.
Okay.
That's
What are you trying to say? I'm left?
You are left.
Okay. But you're right.
Yes, I am right. You got it. Yes. You got it. Look at that. Yeah, you did. You walked right into that shit. You like right, left, yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
So, the coronavirus. We are all tired of talking about this, but we're just going to quickly go over some things, and then we're not going to talk about it anymore because it's here. It will go away, and then it'll come back in 10 years, and it will go away again. So, it is what it is, people. So, POTUS, he is banning travel. He has also banned travel from Britain and Ireland. That's not a problem. However, I'm willing to bet that many people already are sick. They don't know that they're sick. It's going to spread more. At this point, people are still traveling, though. My friend got on a plane for $38, and he's self-isolating in a beautiful location with the water and the trees. He's living life. I have another friend who took her kids on a, not Royal Caribbean, what's the other one?
They went on a cruise ship?
Yes.
Yo, I'm sitting here like, what?
Carnival.
Okay.
And she already paid for it. So they're
Okay,
on a cruise
okay,
ship and they're
okay.
living life, having a ball with some other people. I mean, people are still traveling. People are living their lives. People are going out. They're eating. They're having a great time. They're not stuck in their house being scared. So the problem is that people are scared. What makes you fear but fear itself? Right? Okay, so you're all wondering how you're going to survive this whole coronavirus situation. Guess what? Relax. Okay? I know you're tired of hearing people say relax. You're tired of people saying it's not a big deal. If you're so concerned about coronavirus, why are you not concerned about the flu or any other illness or STDs? Many people have unprotected sex. I mean, what am I missing here? Okay? But you still live your life. I mean, technically, a terrorist could come and bomb any parts of our country, and we still have to go on and live our life, right? So, again, this is just another situation that we have to endure because our climate is changing. Our world is changing. We are evolving. So, many diseases are going to pop up, and guess what? People are going to get sick, but what can you do about it? I don't know. Practice safe hygiene. What is hygiene? Okay, so for some of us, that means wash yourselves. It means wash your hands with not only water, but soap. So you can find soap in many different places. Many different people, small businesses, they create their own soap. They have antibacterial soap. I mean, all you have to do really is take the soap. Well, actually, probably take your hands, put it under. Here's the trick, guys. They have hot and cold water. I know it's easy to go to the cold water, but you might want to also turn on the hot water. I'm just saying. Okay.
You smart.
Lukewarm. I'm just saying. And then get your hands wet first because you know you can't really make a lather with dry soap. Maybe you've tried and we don't know about that yet. So you get your hands wet, you take the soap, you get a good lather, and when you wash, I mean, you can't just be like this. I mean, you gotta like do what the doctors do. You gotta scrub, son. Okay? Then put your hands back under the water and then dry. I don't know. If you know something different, let me know. But many of us, especially in the hood, we practice that. That's why some of us black people say we don't shake hands, period, because we already know the truth. And if y'all don't wash your hands. We've been in the bathroom, and you've ever been in a public restroom, Jeff, where you and another dude are, or maybe it's a unisex and a girl, you're in there, both of y'all in the bathroom, you know what's going on next door because you can hear. And then they get up and then they just walk away. You try to figure out, well, wait, the sink is right there. I ain't never heard nobody use the sink. Yep. Then you go, you finish, you walk to the sink, and then what happens? You turn on the water to make sure it works, and you're like, well, dang. You leave the water running, go back to the stall to make sure you heard what you heard, and you realize my man ain't washed his hands.
That happened to me last night. No, 2 nights ago. I went out to eat at a restaurant, and homie did not wash his hands. That shit had me so irking. But he came out the toilet stall. Like, it wasn't even like he just took a quick piss. Homie was in there pumping one out. Came out that motherfucker, took a paper towel, and bounced. I said, yo, what the fuck was you doing?
So the show is over right now.
He washed his hand with shit.
Yeah, literally.
So here's my thing. Okay, so we all know that they're going around talking about, hand sanitizer ain't going to kill all germs. You really have to start washing your hands. You still have people to this day that don't wash their hands. So again, what's the point, y'all? Go ahead and live your lives because you're going to get sick and die anyway.
But here's the question. Why is the soap sold out if these motherfuckers ain't washing their hands? How does that even equate? Am I wrong? That don't even equate. It don't. Look at that. Look at that shit hit on the shelf.
Putting deaf in it, motherfuckers start washing their hands.
Oh, come on, bro. No.
It had that word deaf in it. We washing.
No.
Would we be wrong if we went to go find that person because you look at their shoes so you know what they wearing and then you take the
I remember
camera,
it quite
take
well.
a picture. Here, put this photo up. Make sure he don't come back in here because he don't wash his hands. Embarrass them. Like, dude, you did a whole number 2.5, and then you got up. I don't even know if you wiped your ass.
Yeah.
Because some people listen. Some people don't. They poop, and then they get up and go. Like, I don't know how that works.
Well, that's like they got that clip from the girl from The Real talking about, I don't wash my hands at home. I was
and
like,
you will never get anybody to come back to your house. And if your girlfriends come to your house knowing that, then they just as nasty because they understand the language. Are you serious? I would be embarrassed, Adrian. And I like you, but to admit that on public television that you don't wash your hands, did your husband have a conversation with you? Because Jesus is one thing, but Jesus can't fix everything.
And you know what? If you don't wash at home, you ain't washing outside. That's what we all forget. She's going to squat and go. That's gonna be disgusting. Yeah. Can you imagine her fucking doodle crumbs in there?
She said that so she says when she uses the number 2,
yes.
She goes to do number 2, she takes the toilet tissue and it's on the toilet tissue. You ain't never had an accident before? You don't have diarrhea, girl?
No, but when you wipe, it's like smearing, and then if you don't really get in there with a wet wipe, that shit. That means you got like smeared up ass.
Don't your butt itch
on one cheek, and you ain't gonna notice that until somebody crack. Oh, nigga, that no.
See, her man never date another person ever again because no chick would touch that dude.
No.
I mean, they're married for life. I mean, until death do you part is a real statement for those two.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
That's fucked up.
I'm wondering how many times have you cooked? Wait a minute, you on the Real cooking stuff for TV and people eating after you?
She did a cooking segment on it? I hope.
They do, like, sometimes they have like cooking stuff.
I thought they bring the chefs on and then she just tasted.
No, like in the beginning they were over there, having recipes and shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But I saw like chefs on there. Like I thought they was cooking.
No, not in the beginning, but knowing that she doesn't wash your hands, period.
Oh, no.
I mean, I can't imagine. So you probably a carrier of certain diseases that have yet to come to surface. Adrian, just wash your hands. Like, we try to promote that. So when you have kids, girl, you got to sanitize everything. I can't. You married, you got your man, y'all happy in your dirty ways. Go right ahead. He's happy.
How you doing, Elisa Little? Thanks for tuning in.
He likes that.
Like, ew.
Some people like the doo-doo. They do. Some people are nasty like that.
That is disgusting. That is disgusting.
Think about it. Some people are nasty like that.
Doo-doo is not a lubricant.
Somebody likes it.
What do you call it? Magic Johnson's wife. She can never be single. Who's gonna date her?
Why?
There's no amount of money in this world.
I think in the beginning nobody was gonna fuck her, but now I think somebody will smash.
You think he still has HIV?
Probably not.
Did he ever have it, or was that just a publicity?
I think he actually.
Nah, I think that nigga had it.
Motherfucker in the world.
I think he had it. He just got enough money for the cure.
Yeah. Ain't nobody messing with Cookie. That's one what you gotta ever worry about.
Did she really look good? I mean, I don't remember what she looked like. She was attractive? Okay.
He said she is.
Okay, I'm asking. She was.
No, she is. She is attractive.
Okay.
I mean, even as an NBA star wife, she ain't gonna be ugly. Like, now his side bitches is bad as hell, but at least the wife is still gonna look good too. Because that's usually how it goes. Side bitches be bad. Wives be alright. Look at LeBron. She's not ugly, but the side bitches is bad as
Wait, isn't LeBron like a high school sweetheart too?
Yeah, I mean she's nice.
Yeah, nah, man.
She's average, actually, if you
That's
think
what I'm
about it.
saying.
She's a
Yeah.
regular chick. He didn't
Yeah.
go for the, over the top.
That's
He
why I
went
said
with
why.
somebody
That's why
who
the
was.
side bitches, them the bad ones.
So do you think
You
Steph
think he has
Curry?
a side chick?
He probably do. Stay in his lane.
All of
He
them.
call her an assistant. You know what I mean? You got to. That's how you. Why you drop your jaw? Look at you.
Because I was kind of hope, you kind of hope that some of them
Hell
actually
no.
do right.
I knock on
You
wood. I
travel-
hope,
you
but it's very
traveling
hard.
6 months out the year.
Yeah.
And I don't care what you're attracted to. You gonna run across something that you
Yeah.
are attracted to that will be waiting in your hotel room.
If we married, and I'm telling you, 8 months out of the year, we don't see each other. I don't give a fuck how much phone sex we doing. That ain't cutting it.
Somebody smash.
But if we married and we don't have any kids, why can't I travel with you or meet you in
That's
certain
great, but
locations?
when we do, and then now I'm expecting you to do like you got money, you can get somebody, but I'm expecting you to be with the kids and all this, that, and the third, and I'm out, or vice versa, you out making the money and I'm with the kids. We both gonna be in the mood once in a while, or if we need a stress break or whatever. It happens. It's just a secret, Some people accept
This
it.
is taking a turn for the worse.
It did, didn't it? Damn, Corona. Damn.
Speaking of celebrities, the Currys are going to provide help to 1 million. They're going to help by providing 1 million
Yes.
meals to the Oakland students who can't attend school. So now schools are being closed for about 2 to a month or a month and a half because of this virus, which
Yes.
is really upsetting to a lot of these kids because, one, they don't want school extended into the summer. 2, it's going to start to hurt summer camps because now they're not going to receive the students like they're supposed to, and they're going to lose out. This whole virus thing is a hot mess. It wasn't handled properly.
How do you handle it properly?
Summer school start.
I had to cut you off on that one. How do you handle it
How do you
properly?
handle it
It's a
properly?
pandemic. Nobody was like, "Yo, in 2020, we're gonna get this flu."
Nah,
We're gonna get, nobody
No,
was
but
in
I say
there
it
waiting
wasn't
on
handled
it.
The
properly.
first case that hit, nobody should have been allowed to come from a foreign country.
But,
Okay,
but
so-
see, but here's the bad part.
Truth
This-
for president. Go ahead.
look,
He understood that real quick.
support your boy Trump. That's all I'm gonna say. That's
But no, I'm
but-
saying
but-
here's
hold on. So to go back to your thing, how if it can't be handled properly, because unfortunately we have these makeshift freedoms in America that people come over here for, and it's pretty much just the lack of I can't think of the word, but to be watched. Nobody's watching anybody when they come over here, so everybody gets kind of do what they kind of want.
right.
It's not like China. Y'all motherfuckers ain't going to work, or Japan. Well, school shut down this month. Don't make shit. Stay in your house, and hopefully you got enough food and what to go. You
Like
can't
Italy,
do things
they
like
shut
that
it all
here.
down.
You can't do that in America. You're gonna have every type of group have a protest about that shit.
You can do that. Actually, in America,
If you
can
declare
shut
martial
things
law.
down, but you have to have a backup plan, and you have to put some protocols in place. So if you're shutting down and saying nobody can do anything, that means that nobody has to pay bills. Creditors, you are not allowed to chase people for bills. And if you expect someone to pay you, then the government will come after you and shut you down.
How that gonna work right there? This is a capitalistic society. Most of Trump's friends, just going off that thing right there, is gonna be like, well, we're gonna have to take 2 of them rules out. We'll hold off and add the credit. We'll give you extra % and skip you 2 months on your loan. But now you're coming back into more debt. But then now look, most of Americans, where are they at? They check the check and they can't afford to pay housing. They can't afford to pay this. So now
That's
you're
why
gonna come back. You
everything
owe us
should
3
be
months.
frozen until they
That can't
contain
happen.
the virus. See, the virus could have been contained a long time ago.
That's
You
right.
had just said everybody stop 2 weeks because it takes about 2 weeks before symptoms show up. So everybody hold off for 2 weeks, and then if you have, thank you, mic check, 1 2 1 2.
There you go. That shit
All
was
right.
bothering me. So
That's
now you can
better?
move both your hands
All right.
and get all
So I can
active.
be like Jada again.
There you go.
Because with the
There
action
you
of
go.
the reaction is with the chorus, because we all have love, peace, and what?
Give me the other one.
Okay.
There you go. Man.
So
Go ahead,
if
like you
you
were saying.
freeze basically everything and
Mhm.
you basically you want to control and contain. So when people have their symptoms, they could call the appropriate people. Those medical people could come to the homes,
Mhm.
check them out, and that's how you contain the situation. I mean, you had people who were already in contact coming over here, walking around freely, doing whatever they wanted to do, and then
allegedly they were on their self quarantine, like everybody said. You can't have a self quarantine, especially going off of your rules. So that was your broken rule number one. Ain't no self quarantine. You want to be on military base X. You know what I'm saying? Locked up with the rest of them until your temperature drop.
Exactly. But then some people don't have symptoms. Some people, you realize a lot of people around here never had the flu. And they'll never get the flu because they're just, they don't, their
genetically,
immune system
you got it. You got it.
You have some people that will walk around here exposed but never will have a symptom. You see what I'm saying? So it's not easy to tell who's sick and who's not sick. So when everybody's saying, oh, stay in the house, for what? You could have been exposed 2 weeks ago and don't even know, but you never had a symptom. So what are you self-containing yourself for? I mean...
No, it's not for everybody to self-contain. They're telling the people who have the symptoms or who have it, like the people who came back. Remember a month and a half ago when they took them back from the boats that were over in Japan or something like that? Yeah, you self-quarantine. What the fuck is that? Put somebody there to watch.
Okay, but here's the thing. That's what you say. But people are so afraid. They think that they have to stay in the homes for weeks at a time. I'm
saying the ones who are showing these type of...
The ones that are not, because they're afraid, think they have to stay in the house because they canceled the sports. They canceled, large gatherings. They think they have to stay in the house because your kids are out of school. They think they have to stay in the house. You're shaming other parents because they're taking them to the trampoline spot. The trampoline spot said, guys, we're taking every measure and we're sanitizing, so they want you to come.
Of course, they need the money.
They need the money. But they said if you're feeling ill, stay home. Okay?
You're absolutely right.
So why are you shaming parents for taking their kids out to have fun? You can still have fun. I mean, my God, the flu season occurs every season. And y'all are not stopping what you're doing then. Right. So why are you upset about this now? Why are you so scared? What are you afraid of?
I don't know. I think it's just because it spreads so fast.
Okay, and why does it spread so fast?
Content.
Here's the thing. It's
and cleanliness.
Process. It's a 2-week period. Okay, so we know at this particular time, we need to quarantine anyone that has traveled from any of these countries, these states. We know it because we can get your flight history. It's public knowledge. Yep. That's why these
it's on your passport.
Go under other people's name. So if you know someone has traveled from a foreign country, Asia, whatever it is, whether it's work or whatever the situation may be, my boy, come on, yeah, get comfortable. We'll set you up with a video chat, but you're not going home.
So now, but this brings us back to the days of the confinement camps.
Okay.
We can't do that now. Well, America's new PC correct thing, we can't do that now. I mean, without martial law being declared, which is getting to it.
People are dying. Once people start dying,
I'm with you.
I think, that shit got to go out of the window.
Look here.
Well, once people in their 40s, 30s, 20s, and teens start dying, that's when it's going to become an issue.
You are absolutely right. But now that it's 70s, 80s, they don't care.
But see, like the one lady that died, she had a respiratory something. She had an issue, emphysema.
Yes.
And they said she had a severe case of emphysema, so naturally she was on her way out. There's another 37-year-old. Did I say it wrong? I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
You getting on me? She about to die. She got back his asthma.
I didn't mean it like that. What I'm saying is, like, there's a 37-year-old woman from Seattle who showed signs. What she did was she kept it behind home, took some over-the-counter medicine, and guess what? She's feeling much better. I mean, it's for certain people.
If your immune system's intact, you can beat it.
You can.
We know it.
And there are cases where people have beaten it, and they're doing fine.
But the thing is, see, and this is where it comes to our President Trump. The only one thing he was good at, he boosted our stock market. Stock market took a big beating.
Okay.
So now, or your billionaires are starting to pull out, or your high middle millionaires, like, well, shit, I don't care. Let's let people die and whoever comes back. So now we have a month of no progress. Hopefully we can beat it. You know what I'm saying? We could do it. But America has a month of no progress. We get most of our items from where? Europe and Mexico and China. China shut down.
Whatever happened to Made in the USA? Didn't we have a campaign years ago where we were trying to get everything back?
You're absolutely right, but it costs too much. That's exactly what hit them, and they stopped right in its tracks. That's
so maybe
sad.
this is a lesson learned, and maybe this whole coronavirus is here to ignite our push to start doing things in America.
hope it
America
is.
made this, America made that. Because one thing,
I hope.
I'm tired of everything being made in China. What are y'all going to China for? Employ your people here. Get people to work. Remember when we had the Great Depression? What got us out of the Great Depression? War.
Well, yeah. They pushing for. Well,
then
he
what
looked like he was
happened?
pushing for another war. Yeah.
And then what happened? People started going back to work because you needed people to
You're
help
right.
with the bullets. You needed people to create
You're right.
weapons and all this other stuff. So, and then again, you may be right. We may have to go back to war in order to generate revenue to get people working again.
He was just arguing with who was it, Iran or whatever it was before all this happened. You know what I mean?
World War III, but we didn't have
I
that.
hope not, but yeah, you're
but
right.
it wasn't going to happen. I mean, listen, we going back and forth. People got tired of talking. Bomb on your ass. End the conversation. That's how America does this. Like, I'm not really having this conversation with you right now. We
Yeah.
said what we said. Now,
Yeah, that was
what?
made in
You
America.
threatening us? Threaten us one time. So you have to.
Go ahead.
What did Japan say? We are this we are the sleeping giant. They referred to us as.
Okay.
Because we're very lax until somebody does something to us, and then we retaliate, but we don't retaliate small, we retaliate big.
You're right.
Okay? So that's why we're supposed to be the country you're supposed to fear. That's why we don't have things happen on our soil.
But we're only good at war, so we in their favor.
Yeah.
We ain't good at nothing else. Healthcare, taking care of any poor. We ain't good at nothing else.
I mean, it's about making money. Healthcare
You're
is
right.
all about money. You talk about Medicaid for all, but what's the reality of that really happening? Let's be real.
Now, you know what? I'm going to relate just real quick. I hope this helps Medicaid for all. Because nobody's discussed. He just introduced it that they're going to expand Medicare to pay for these shots and these tests. But up until last week, that shit was that was going to be a bill on the person who got it tested.
Okay, well, now that they exposed that it was going to be a bill and how it wasn't fair, they had to, step down and say, okay, well,
Right.
we're going to take over the
You're
cost
right.
because you can't, with a pandemic like this,
Right.
you can't sit there and charge your Americans to get tested when you could have controlled it months ago.
Speak on it.
You know, please, and don't tell me that y'all don't know that there's an outbreak in China already
They
since
knew.
November. Y'all knew,
Yeah.
but you wasn't really paying attention like that because you thinking it was China.
Right. That ain't going to get here.
Just like you don't think that they needed help. I mean, you could have been controlled it. You could have been had people go over there, figure out what's going on, say, shut it all down.
Right.
We could work together if we want to, But hey,
Absolutely
everybody
right.
has their own agenda. I always say that. And speaking of agendas, here we are with Vote 2020.
Yay.
So we have Biden versus Sanders versus Tulsi Gabbard. I know that's a foreign name because you don't see her anymore, but she's still in it. I mean, she doesn't make the debates, but she's still in it.
Do you think she should be?
I think she should be.
Why?
But they're afraid of her because she's the one that points out stuff that nobody else is paying attention to, and she essentially could shut it all down. But hey, y'all don't want a woman, I get it. But here we have two white men, two old white men, two rich old white men, one with dementia and one with a heart issue, okay? And we're relying our future, our 2020 votes on these two men because for whatever reason, especially black people, we all feel like a rich white man, a rich white old man is going to save the day. So I'm confused. What are we supposed to do? You're mad at black folks if they go for Trump, a devil that we know.
Okay.
But you want us to stick with the Democrats, who are now known as the do-nothings because they don't do anything. They make us promises, but then they don't come through with the promises. They say, oh, black people, reparations. Black people, jobs. Black people, black women, we need your vote. And then what happens? They get into office because we voted for them because we're stupid. And then, hey, remember reparations? I know, but the alphabet and symbols people, they got stuff that I promised them to, and I got to pay attention to them. Okay. The next year, second year in office, black people, remember our reparations? I know, but you know what? The oil workers, I promised them something, so I got to
Right.
get to them, and then I'm going to get to reparations.
Right.
Year 3. Hey, remember the reparations for the black folks? Yeah, but the white women are having their issues, and this Me Too situation has really got out of hand, and I really promised them that we're going to buckle down and make these laws and get them into action. Year 4, it's election year. Black people, we need your votes. Black people, reparations, they're coming. Yes, I have black friends. I have black neighbors. I've spoken to the black man on the street, and he told me he needed his teeth fixed. And I told him Medicaid for all, everything for all except for black people. And we every year believe the same shit. Nothing happens. So who's the real fool? You can sit here and listen to all of your black politicians. You can sit here and get mad at Candace Owens and everybody else because they support the president. I wouldn't even really say support the president. I think more because of Republicans, because they woke up and they said, fuck that. I keep coming to the Democrats. Y'all keep promising stuff, but you keep ignoring us. So I'm going to put all my power into the Republicans. Bump that. What you saying? And then what? Then we have people like Andrew Gillum, who was in Tallahassee, Florida. Now, mind you, he was running for mayor or governor of Florida.
Governor.
He was running for governor, but he lost.
Mm-hmm.
So, they had him on CNN, and he was saying his stuff about Trump. But then, a couple days ago, my man was in a hotel room naked with some other guys.
Was that true, or was that hearsay? I don't know.
Yes, it was true. He got high. He had on no clothes, and he was doing something. But this is the same man they wanted to push down our throats because it seems like us black people are so gullible that you just take any black man and put them in our view, and we just gonna sit here and fall in line. Okay. Last time I checked, y'all did that with Obama. Okay. Obama turned the White House into a rainbow. So as a black man, well, he's half black. So as a half black man, what did he do for us black people? Jeff, I'll wait.
He gave us health care, Obamacare.
What did he do for us black people? Truth?
Unfortunately, it was absolutely zero. And that's why when people talk about him, I never hold him in high super regard as far as the black president.
Hold up. Let me ask y'all something. So what was y'all expecting from any of these candidates? Let's not even get on Obama.
Are we talking about 2020?
Yeah, let's go to 2020. What are you expecting from them? Because I don't think Sanders got us in mind. I don't think what's the young lady's name? I forget who's still in the race. I don't think she really cares either. I think it's all talking points about anything else that they can sell towards anybody.
No, Tulsi, I like the fact that she's in the military. And
I get that. But so was
she just brought something different.
So was Buttigieg. Yeah, Buttigieg. That's his name. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, he was all about his, alphabet and symbols people, and I felt like what bothered me about that is that don't forget there's an agenda, a hidden agenda being pushed on our kids.
Okay.
And for one, don't get me wrong, I am so for everyone's movement. Okay.
Right.
But I have an issue when you're attacking children. And I feel like nobody's protecting our kids. You realize that they're giving young girls testosterone at the age of 8 because they want to change their gender.
Yeah.
Make them genderless. And that's a problem for me. And if you're a parent and you're okay with this, that's a problem because you've been brainwashed.
So you think Buttigieg was for that?
I think
that
so.
part of homosexual, whatever.
I'm here for, if you want to have the alphabet and symbols history lesson. But I'm not here for you to teach our kids about their sexual orientation. Because I feel like at the tender age of 8, they shouldn't know anything about that. And if anything, they should be coming to the parents and asking their parents. Because don't forget, there are a lot of religions that don't believe in that. So now you're crossing the line,
right.
And then you'll have an issue where you have, a Muslim who's probably saying, well, no, I don't believe in this. So why are you teaching this to me? Mm-hmm. It's a problem. But again, you had a black president who didn't really do anything for us black people. I mean, remember, black people were dying by the hands of cops, left and right. And you over here in office, and still ain't nothing getting done. But you turned the White House into a rainbow. Okay, great. But what about us black people? I mean, don't you have to sign a bill every year to allow us to keep voting?
Yeah, but what could he do?
What you mean? What could he
He
do?
couldn't do anything. He was getting defeated at every corner he turned around. He wasn't gonna write something specifically for his half. I'm gonna say half.
So here's the thing. So you're getting beat at every corner.
Yeah.
When will anybody stand up and actually expose people for who they are and what they do?
That man ain't
And
doing
just
that.
put it out there instead of talking behind the scenes saying X, Y, and Z when you have people who are doing you wrong and doing the country wrong. What is so wrong about you exposing people for who they are?
People because retaliation, and people do that on their deathbeds. It's like when you look at Clinton now. He now talking about Monica Lewinsky again and how she was just a relief of stress. He ain't say that years ago. He ain't say that when Hillary was running. He ain't say that even before she even got back into politics.
Why is Monica Lewinsky even a thing? Like, who asked you about that, sir?
But that's what I'm saying. He's old. He ain't got much to live now, and he gonna do a tell-all, and he gonna give it to the daughter or the grandkids and die. That's what I'm saying on their deathbed. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I mean, I don't need for him to come out and say that she was stress relief. We all knew that, duh. Anyways, we're not stupid. So you wasn't getting it from your wife because she probably didn't get on her knees, and so you got it from somebody who would. Upright in a conversation, we get it. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, men, women, everybody needs something. If your wife ain't doing it, your husband's not doing it, you're gonna go someplace else.
You're
So
right,
either
but you don't
do it
do
or
these
shut
things
up.
because it's not politically correct. It's not to come out and say these things. So Obama can't come out and say face, yo, they doing us dirty.
So we have Biden and we have Sanders. And now the Democratic machine is trying to push Sanders to drop. Okay? They did that before when he was going against Hillary.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not for either man at this point because, like I said, one is on his way out and the other one has dementia. So, with that being said, I am on Bernie's side because I feel like you should not be bullied. I feel like they, for whatever reason, they do not want him. And you have so much momentum that I think you should not back down. Because if he drops, I guarantee you the Democratic Party is going to fall. Because those supporters are ruthless.
Well, it's Bernie or bust. That's the problem. If they're not gonna vote if Bernie's not in there, so that means anybody else, Trump don't even have to get a landslide again. It's automatically gonna go to him. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter.
And I feel like I get you all want Biden, but Biden, I don't know if it's because of the death of his son and he hasn't fully recovered. Something happened, something triggered. He's not all there. He's making careless statements. So I feel as though that he should drop and just give it over to Sanders unless Sanders have his moment. Okay? And then let him go and face Trump. And then everybody in November, go ahead to the polls and vote how you want to. If you don't like either candidate, don't refrain from voting. Write it in.
So throw away your vote. Just
throw
pretty much throw it away.
And just write it
Just
in,
throw
but
it
still vote. Because, hey, if a group of you get together and say, on a low, go on social media, tell everybody to write this person's name in.
I get you. I get you on that point. But at this point, you're doing what they expect Bernie to do and what Klobuchar, if I'm saying her name right, is doing by staying in. She's splitting the vote. That you're splitting the vote.
No,
I'm here to make sure.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yeah. But she's splitting the vote. Having that one or two other person there, I'm just here to draw 10% of the vote. I'm not even trying to win, and I know she really wants to, and she has good morals. But I'm just saying, you're splitting the vote.
Rules and regulations on how these people run. I don't think anybody should really have to raise all this money. Just put them out there.
Start a third party. Have them run independent. Does she have a leg to run independent?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I'm not up on that stuff.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Because the reality of the situation is that in 2020, November, we all know who's going to win. Now,
there you go.
Unless Trump F's this whole situation up because the way he's handling the coronavirus issue is not well. So that actually might hurt him.
So you read my mind. So this is what I'm thinking. I honestly believe if it was in my world, I think Bernie should stay in. We should give the vote to Bernie, not because he's being unfair, but it's that he seems to be coherent. Don't forget, Bernie and Trump about the same age. Don't really matter. You know what I mean? It's a year apart difference or something. A couple
Two
years.
rich white men battling it out.
Exactly. Ain't nobody broke on that stage. And nobody was broke on that stage.
But the broke people are voting for the rich people. So
But
then why don't we just find a broke person and put him up there in the office? At least he'll know how to fight for us.
if Trump messes up this delivery of this pandemic, is what they're calling it, then I think it gives the Democrats a stronger chance of winning.
Okay, so how many in this room, there's only 3 of us, and the audience, think that a cure is on its way?
I do.
It's in the refrigerator.
I think,
I
yeah.
told y'all
They're-
last
they've
week,
been working on a
it's
vaccine
in that
since
second refrigerator in the
January.
back on the left-hand side.
But here's the key. It's not the CDC. It's a private company working on a vaccine.
You said on the left-hand side.
I
next
think
to
so.
it.
I dead ass,
Don't
yeah.
pick the right side, so left-hand side
Yeah,
is the wrong
yeah.
cure. You don't want to get that shit to them now, because next 4 years, when another election comes, some other shit
Shit
gonna
gonna
be
come out, yeah. That's the future one.
So do
Don't-
you remember, you guys ever watch Montel Williams, the Montel
Yeah,
Williams
yeah.
show? Remember the psychic Sylvia Brown?
Oh my God, yeah.
Why, what's wrong with her? Like, why you say it like that? You had a flashback?
No, yeah, I did, but they debunked her ass. All right, I was like, ugh, that was bad.
Well, she had a book, and in 2008, she predicted that in 2020, 2020.
Yep.
It's weird saying 2020, so 2020, right? That it was a virus that was going to come, and it was going to attack our respiratory systems, and as quickly as it arrives is as quickly
gonna
as it
disappear.
leaves, only to resurface 10 years later, and then it will be gone forever. That was in
I remember.
2008,
Mhm.
along with another book that people keep passing around talking about COVID-19.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking, how quickly do you think all this will go away? Because in my mind, I'm thinking as soon as somebody real rich is affected, that's when they're going to knock and say, yo, now my pockets are being affected. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm not going broke over this. Y'all better fix this like ASAP.
We need that Dr. Magic hat. huh?
Exactly.
Like you, come on.
All right. You made your point. Let's go.
It's not expected to last in America past 6 months. They don't know how the weather is going to affect it. So hopefully it gets really hot and that'll play a part on it. That's what they're saying. But like I said, they are working on a cure, and it's privatized though.
back refrigerator.
Yeah, it's privatized. It's
On the
not, it's
left-hand
not. It's
side.
not even our government. So it's not the thing, because you know what Trump did when he first came in? He got rid of the department that would handle this. That's how fucked up
So
it
now
is.
you can see the conspiracy. So when
Yeah.
you know, people are saying that this is a government thing,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, you're full of shit."
Yeah, I get you.
No, you're not, because look at you. Watch the movements of certain people.
Yeah.
Look at
nobody
what they
pays.
did. Y'all over here worried about this man being tested. He looks fine to me. That leads me to believe
Look
that
at
he
you.
already got his
Look at
shot. He was never an issue. You see him shaking everybody's hands because they already knew he was all right.
He was
Come
like,
on
nah,
now,
nigga, I got
people, don't be
vaccinated. I'm
stupid.
good. I got
Like,
vaccinated.
come on. First of all, he's the president. They gotta take care of
Give
him
me all the
no
babies
matter
that
what.
sneezing. Give me all the babies that are sneezing.
Ain't nobody else was worried about it. They got pictures of him touching everything. Come on now. Y'all
It'll
already knew.
stop around the. It'll be cleared up. No issues. No problems.
Yeah.
Around draft time.
Which draft time? You're talking about
NFL.
football?
NFL. That is the billion-dollar industry that
For
you
America,
cannot
yeah,
fuck
Because
with.
you're not gonna mess that up.
Right. So right now they can fuck about March Madness. It helps the college schools. Doesn't help anybody billionaire-ish. All the NFL owners are billionaires.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we forgot about that.
So
Okay.
NBA
Well, I didn't forget
owners,
about that.
NBA owners, only a couple of them are billionaires. Most of them are hundredaires.
100 more,
Hundred-
multi more than
multimillionaires.
millionaires. yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
every
High
single
millions.
NFL owner
Is
is
a
a billionaire.
And they own multiple teams, like different
Exactly.
things.
Oh,
So-
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
like I own
I can
hockey, I own this,
guarantee
own that,
you
they own
Before,
of different
leagues.
sports
Yeah,
genres.
different.
Oh,
leagues.
okay.
Yes,
before
yes.
draft, which is about May-ish, April-ish, whatever,
Mhm.
It'll be cured.
Oh, that's why a lot of people are talking about April dates and stuff like
You
that.
got it.
So are
You
you saying
got
I'm
it.
not going to get my NBA playoffs? Because, I mean, I feel bad if we don't have them. They worked hard for this.
Well, they would have to shorten the season because you can't have the. I wouldn't, as far as a business, want to juggle to go against the NFL. So if that was the case, then you wouldn't have any NBA games on Sunday, and you wouldn't have any NBA games on Monday or Thursday. Those are the days you would stay away from. Because if you want to go against,
Yeah, right, you get some
if you
football.
want to go against the NFL, because remember, there's 82 in NBA games. So if I miss one, I'll catch 5 later.
Okay.
The NFL is only 16 games.
That's
like,
true.
You missing a game, you're missing a lot.
That
So,
is true.
so if
That's
you want to
true.
go
I mean, a
against
lot
that
goes down.
juggernaut, good luck.
Yeah.
So you said you could extend it, you would shorten it, but it can't interfere with Mondays.
Well,
If you extend it
if,
past
as
you-
a
you
business
going
owner,
into
do
their
you
territory.
and a network, do you really want to compete with what's a good if you want to compete against the Saints in Atlanta, like one of the biggest
Yeah,
rivals?
nah.
You don't want to
Nah.
compete.
They ain't
with
coming
that.
to watch you. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
you
You're
know
gonna be like,
what I'm
well,
saying? So ain't nobody
son.
come to see LeBron.
Yeah.
You know, throw alley oops and shit. You know?
Sorry, LeBron.
I don't even think LeBron be there. He probably call out, like, y'all gotta watch this
Well,
game.
the fact that the Rams are in
Yeah.
Las Vegas now.
Oh yeah, dude. That's
Do
Yeah.
you really
see,
want
that's
to play
problem.
with? Nah, no.
That's gonna kill.
All right, so NBA is done. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. My bad.
It'll be a shortened season. You know. Only they'll be able to do that again if they'll have the playoff game prior to or after Sunday nights. They can have it
Yeah.
in between that Sunday night game stuff. You know, maybe if it was the finals, but I wouldn't want to go up against that.
Damn shame.
Okay, so in other news, I hate to bring this woman back up, but Gayle King had an interview with Oprah.
Oh wow. Wowzers.
Of all people, right?
Yeah, look at that. You can't. You know, you want to skip it. You might be like, yeah.
So she said that she has moved on since her Kobe interview.
Has she done it?
Keep going.
I'm saying, like,
Get you up.
how have you moved on if you hadn't interviewed anyone?
Yeah, exactly.
So she said people need to learn how to better disagree, be it over topics from politics to her interview. I think we still have to figure out a way to navigate that with each other, that we can disagree and you can be mad at me, but you can't speak to me the way I was spoken to and threatened. She still blames CBS for posting the clip. Here's the thing.
What's the thing?
Lady, I watched that clip 100 times.
Go ahead.
Again, you can't be mad at CBS for highlighting. They could have highlighted anything in there, but people could have still watched the interview and people would have still been pissed, okay? It doesn't matter because somebody would have recorded that clip and put it on the shade room. It doesn't matter. It was going to get out either way. Now, it wasn't so much as you asking the question. When Lisa said, you know, you had all this time to ask him when he was alive, you came back talking about, well, it got dismissed because the woman, the accuser, what did she do? She dropped it?
Oh, the charges. Yeah, the charges were
The
dropped.
charges were dropped. It was that type of line of questioning and response that made people confused. So you talk about you was threatened. Show me receipts. Who threatened you? Why wouldn't you be walking around with security anyway? I mean, you part of Oprah's crew, so technically you would have had security. Nobody cares about you like that to threaten you. So I'm confused by that whole statement of you being threatened. Nobody has a right to speak to you. Well, when you move in a bitch-ass way, people are going to come after you. Remember when Diddy called, what was it, the band? It was Day
bitch
26.
assness. Yeah.
It was Day 26, and he was like, he could smell some bitch assness.
Yep.
That was all you right there. In fact, we should get those T-shirts because that is you, Gail. Nobody has respect for you. Nobody in their right mind is going to sit and have an interview with you because we know what you're about. You're not about black people. You haven't even sat down and had a conversation with Harvey Weinstein or Charlie Rose. Have several seats. You are canceled as of 2020. You were canceled. Oprah's canceled. Guess what? Black people finally woke up. Okay? I'm done with that. I'm like, because I don't have time for her. I really don't. You really got mad at somebody
give
like
her a shot.
Snoop because he spoke his mind, but we can't get mad at you for what you did. And it wasn't so much that if Kobe was alive still, I think people still would have been pissed because that didn't make any sense. What was you fishing for?
First
You
of
an
all,
investigator now?
it was the tone of her voice. You heard the tone of the question.
Yeah, because she didn't
Nah,
give
but
a
you wouldn't even understand though because
Pardon
you
my
her friend.
French, and I don't mean to curse, but she didn't give two craps,
No.
okay? She really didn't. All right?
She gonna come
But
back.
you want to sit here and be upset and say people need to get over it?
You
No,
know,
we are over it. We're over you.
you know how she gonna come back?
Deuces. She ain't coming back.
Wait, check this up. Look, if I'm wrong, I'll give you $100. You know how she gonna come back? Sooner or later, at the end of the year, she gonna get like a Beyonce or a Kelly Rowland interview.
No,
Somebody who y'all love. Feel me on this.
I feel what you're saying.
Feel me on this. She gonna get somebody that we love, that all the black girls love,
I don't idolize
and she's
anybody
gonna do the
anymore.
great, anymore. But the rest of them do, and she
Beyonce
gonna
don't
make
give
she gonna make
interviews?
it for the right price. She probably will.
You know what?
Beyonce.
I'm
She said
canceling
Beyonce.
Beyonce too, and I'm gonna tell you why.
And you know what? Hold on, really quick. I think she would give an interview. Feel me? We going into football season. We'll be out of this. So I'm expecting we'll be out of this Corona crap. And her husband is part of the NFL for their celebrity shit.
Please, ain't
I
nobody
guarantee you, it'll be a check.
Nobody is
however it
interviewing
comes.
Jay Z
I
until
think-
Jay Z
I'm
gets a
just saying.
haircut
Oh, leave that.
or takes that wig off. But I will say,
That
Jay
shit is kinda
Electronica's album is
That's just
fire,
fire.
though.
That's just fire.
Y'all like it?
Yeah, it's fire.
Okay.
I would say this though.
Yes.
I say, look at you.
She's pretty much, again, she's always been that person who, yes, Gail does have money. Gail is a part of the Oprah-ish things, but she's still part of us. This is the same young lady that every black artist, actress, musician wanted to be interviewed by her. And
Who?
this destroyed. You look at it.
I'm telling you, yo.
She was on every
He making a
show.
point.
She was on everything. 'Cause
When she
everyone
was getting
wanted-
up.
All right. What's the name? All right. She was Gail was the.
Yep. Oh, you
Stephen
cool
A.
with
Scott.
Oprah? Let me rock with you.
Yeah,
Yep.
Gail was the Stephen A. Scott.
That's what
Now,
y'all
mind
miss.
you, no president
Y'all
and all this
miss.
stuff was interviewed. Stephen A. Scott, before he passed away, he had all the black actors and actors athletes wanted to be interviewed by him.
Yep.
They wanted to be
He
interviewed.
was respectable.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is right, but that's what she was.
That's what she
But
started.
then she showed her true colors. Stephen A. was real. Like this is a guy who went to bat,
Right.
Who
Yes.
went into arguments with ESPN, who got into problems with the guys who've been there longer because of the flavor that he brought
Right.
Okay.
that they didn't like, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, their ratings went up,
Okay.
and black people showed their power.
She started as that. Well,
She
especially
started as that.
when they sold her
But
to CBS.
Now,
but-
no one would want to be the first one to be interviewed by her. She would have to be on her deathbed with a mic, and then someone would sit there and put their face next to the mic and then speak and be interviewed that way. But she's done. She would have to find the blackest white person to interview.
Somebody gonna give it to her, bro.
Okay, they'd have to be paid, like you said. They'd
That's
have to
what
be
I-
paid
yeah,
to do
ain't
that
not gonna be
because
free.
ain't nobody in
But
their
it
right
won't be
mind
no-
gonna
And they
sit
gonna be
with
like,
no
you got
Gail.
five
All right,
questions.
I know who she can interview.
Who?
Your boo, who you want to sing. Jessie Smollett. She interviewed.
Oh.
That's who she could get to.
Oh, you will watch that.
Yes, she
you
would.
you probably record that bitch like, yo, I got the VHS rolling
That's
right
who
now.
she can-
But wait a minute, Jesse, hold up. You can come here. I've been going to bat for you, Jesse. Okay? I told you could come here. This is a safe place for you.
laugh, man.
These two men are cool. Okay?
Yeah.
I told you to sing off your new album. Okay? You can give me 3 songs
I fuck with
and then
Yo.
tell your story. And then we want to know what life has been like. You know, life on the set of Empire, before and after Empire, new projects you're working on. Jesse, remember when you did your guest appearance on Underground? Come on now. Jesse, I'm rooting for you because I want to hear you sing.
I see that happening.
I'm rooting for you. You could always come here. We might change the name of the show because we don't apologize for nothing. But Jesse,
Yo,
Just
I see
see.
that happening. I see
don't
that
you go to
happening.
Gail. Gail's going to tear you behind up. Don't you go to Gail. Don't you do it. Now, I told you guys about Love is Blind.
Yes.
The show, the dating show on Netflix. So it was hosted by Nick Lachey and his wife, Vanessa. And basically, it's a social dating experience where singles meet, fall in love, and become engaged with the intent of marriage. And they're in this pod. The men are in their own pods, the women are in their own pods, and they talk through a wall. They meet each other. It's kind of like dating. And then once they like and fall in love with each other, they pop the question. They get engaged. They meet each other. And the whole thing is love is blind. And yes, it is because you fell in love with someone without meeting them,
Right.
right? After they meet, they go, well, they took the couples, it was like 6 of them, to Mexico so they could have their one-on-one time. And it's like, okay, I met you without seeing you. Now that I've seen you, I got to actually spend time with you.
Yes.
Now, out of all the couples, all right, 5 made it to the altar. 2 got married, and all this took place over a year ago.
Okay.
So the 2 couples that did get married, they're still married.
Okay.
All right, that's a good thing. So it was a success. So it does warrant a season 2. Okay,
Out of how many couples?
out of 5 couples, out of 6, 5 went down the aisle. 2 actually got married.
So that's
Wait, hold.
2 out of 6. That's
So they went down the aisle. Was like, I don't want to marry you.
Yes, they go through the
Wow,
whole
that shit
thing.
hurts.
They go through the whole thing, and then
I gotta watch this.
they get up there to the altar.
Yeah, you left that
One
middle piece
says,
out.
I do, and then the other one says, they don't.
See, that's got to be some
That's fucked
embarrassing
up.
ass fucking
Because
shit.
in love ain't blind.
For the first couple, yes. And my heart broke because she was all in it. She said yes, and he said no. She ran off. It was dramatic as fuck. However, at the reunion, we find out they're dating. They got back together, and they're dating each other. I think they're doing that because her parents are from Spain, I think. They're Spanish.
Yeah.
I think he was afraid of something happening to him.
Oh, he said no.
He said no.
Okay. And what is he, white?
He's white.
Oh.
Maybe he's
Like
white.
country white? Like, like Georgia white?
Don't quote me on him being white. I really don't know what his background is,
Okay.
but
I'll watch
she's
it. I'll start watching
Spanish.
it.
Is he American?
He's American.
Okay. All right.
Her parents come from, I guess, Spain, one of
I
the
get you.
Spanish
I get you.
territories. But I think he was afraid of what might happen to him. So he probably evaluated the whole situation and said, you
Probably.
know what? Because the way her mother threw the bouquet down, I said, boy, if I were you.
Oh, the parents were there?
Yeah, the families are there.
Oh, nigga, that's fucking.
All right, that's that one couple. The other 2 couples that said no, these girls don't know what they had. They're both single, by the way.
What do you mean they don't know what they had?
Because they
Elaborate.
met, they fell for some good guys.
Okay.
But I guess love isn't blind.
Yeah, sure, right?
Because once they saw the appearance, they weren't happy with the appearance, and I think that overshadowed what they fell in love with.
I think that's what to me takes this show to that level. It's something I'd be interested in, because you're asking the question: is love blind? Can you truly be able to date someone that not just on their overall appearance?
Mhm.
And if you can do that, I think it'll be
Now the black couple,
The black couple or the black guy?
black couple.
Okay.
Carlton, age 34. Diamond, age 28.
Her name is Diamond.
They fell in love.
Lord have mercy.
He proposed. She said yes. They met each other. All was good. They got to Mexico. This is where it all fell apart. He was going through the drama. She didn't know what was wrong with him. She's like, what is wrong? What is wrong? Just tell me. He kept saying, every single time I open up, people leave me. She's like, well, what is going on with you? So he didn't want to say he was bisexual. He said he's sexually fluid.
Okay.
AKA you bisexual. You do both men and women. Okay?
He had to say PC. It's a new show.
So she felt duped, as she should. Because the whole time you guys were talking in the pods, that would have been the time to tell her that. You waited until you're in paradise and she said, yes, she'll marry you, to say that you're bisexual. Now that you told her that, she had to process it. She comes back the next day, and now you guys are arguing because she's questioning you, and she's getting angry. Because nobody, I'm pretty sure, you met a woman, and you talked to this woman, and you decide you're going to take her out, you're going to take her to bed. Same thing with you. You want to take this woman to bed. Y'all want to get your thing on, and you do.
Okay.
Y'all had a great night together. Okay? Then you find out she was born a man. She had a surgery and everything.
Okay.
Now you found out that the woman you slept with was born a man.
Okay.
How are you supposed to feel about that? Why didn't you tell me that?
No, I feel you. I feel you.
It makes sense.
But I mean, to be honest with you, it would have to be on me. Unfortunately, when it comes to relationships, we don't ask the questions we want to ask, or we don't pay attention. Like if you go to a person's house, you go to a person's family, there's always a drunk fucking uncle or somebody
Yeah.
somewhere
Spilling too many secrets.
that's going to be putting the secret out or saying those slick ass comments, or you don't see any fucking child photos or something like that. Like you gotta. These are questions you gotta ask.
Okay, so he and Diamond and Carlton, they got into an argument. He called her out her name, called her a bitch, said all these nasty things to her, and then took the ring, threw it in the water. It was horrific.
Well, her name was Diamond. It wasn't gonna work anyway. I mean, who's gonna be seriously married?
Was she a stripper?
You know what? That's so mean. She was asked that
You know
question
what?
because of her
Look
name.
at your face.
Name
It was
is
like,
Diamond. Like,
yeah.
So then afterwards, during the reunion, he apologized. He said that he should have handled it better, which
Of
is
course.
true. People came after her saying she was a homophobe. How?
Well, she never said anything slurish towards
No, I
gays.
mean,
It's
she had every
always
right
their
to be
fucking
pissed.
defensive.
Right.
That's always their defense.
Yeah.
If you don't like who they are, then you're homophobe. No,
Yeah.
I don't want to be kissing on nobody who's sucking a dick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's always the bad part. I
But
don't like
see,
that
that's
either.
just it, because he said he was fluid and she got upset. Why aren't you upset at him for not being honest with her? You think that because he came out saying he's fluid, or anybody that comes out and says that they're fluid, we're just supposed to accept that. No. Not everybody is going to accept it. You're going to accept that you just had sex with a man?
No.
Because in right, you had sex with a man.
Well, that's what,
Yes,
like you
you're
said,
right.
it's all about the fact of if you were upfront and honest, maybe because there are a lot of people out there behind closed doors, like a lot of shit they say they don't like.
You had sex with a
Sure.
woman. But she said, you know what? I love anal sex. I don't
Mhm.
want it in the front, baby. I want it in the back. Just do it to me. And you like, I bet. So you sit here giving it to her anal style, right? Okay. Then come to find out she has the male organ.
Dumb.
And then you're like, wait, what?
No.
How are you going to respond to that? You didn't know that that was a man. She presented herself as a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, so why are you coming after Diamond for being upset and being in her feelings when she had every right? She didn't disrespect him. Now, he disrespected her, came out, was all feminine, talking about calling her a bitch and all this other stuff. Yes, they both apologized to each other. They
Okay.
decided to be friends. He even gave her back the ring. He went back into the water, got the ring.
Oh, okay. I was
He
like,
gave
how the
her
hell
the
did he
ring
get it?
back, not as a proposal, but just
Just
to
to
make
have it.
rights, turn wrongs into rights. But either way, the show, I think, was a success. I think that it was a very good social experiment.
Mm-hmm.
I think people should watch it because it just, you think about it. Can you fall in love with somebody without seeing them?
Well, that would, I think that would bring back the true essence of dating. If we can actually get back to that, because unfortunately, what men and women don't understand when it comes to dating, that shit wears off. You sit and she's just fucking pretty. Bitch, make a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Or like, homie, you're not gonna take out this fucking trash? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, now that you mention that, when they went to, so when they're dating and they're in the pods and then they went to Mexico, they had no social media. So they had no distractions until they came home.
well, right. But that's what I'm saying.
So that right there, anything can go down. But after that, it's
So
the
you're
real
saying this
world.
is like prison. Anything goes down, like probably come out. Like
So,
what happens in prison.
Let me
stays in prison.
during the pod things, were there questions that they couldn't ask? Because like nobody asked that. Oh, you go both ways. You like girls too.
I don't think they were
Yada,
thinking that. I don't think she was
yada,
thinking that when she
yada.
was talking to him.
So then everybody in the pods had a representative.
Well, I
What do you
wouldn't
mean
say
have a
that. I think
representative?
from a
So-
standpoint, like it's something like a guy would ask. Like a guy would ask a girl, like, are you bisexual?
Hold on. Why the heck would I even bother to ask you? Why now in 2020 do I even have to ask you if you go both ways?
Because it
Ask some
is
fucking
2020.
questions. Yeah,
Unless
yeah,
you're
bro.
gonna be like Diamond.
Yeah.
You're gonna be Diamond Jr.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you
not a
Cubic.
serious
I'm gonna call your ass Cubic.
Thank God I'm dating somebody that's all man because I can't sit here and date.
Did you
and
ask him that
truth.
question, though?
I want to go out with you, but do you go both ways? That's the first thing I'm gonna ask you.
Motherfucker
Truth,
right.
do you go both ways?
Please do.
Because one night you.
Jeff, you go both ways?
I don't. It's all right.
I
don't.
do anal and vaginal. I go both ways.
Oh Lord, nigga. This nigga. No, but when you think about it, it's that time. It's that year.
It's that time.
You gotta ask. It's just the time.
Well, like
period.
I said,
But-
with all these, like you said, now you went from LG to LG this and LGD plus plus
Right.
plus.
It's
And
Apple.
then now there's-
Apple.
now
Apples.
it's- yeah, now it's
Yo, nigga, you like oranges, nigga?
yeah.
Like, what?
Now it's binary.
good.
and there's so many different
What's the P?
codes.
Shit, I'll be damned.
And it's now it's come to a point where you have to.
Yeah.
That just binary. Okay, I'm not male or female. What the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
well, what bathroom do you go into? Like, I need to know. You know, like, there are no binary fucking bathrooms where there's dicks and a squatting. They're right next to each other. Like, so with these, so many of these defined or undefined individuals.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are certain questions that today you have to
Yeah,
ask.
it's the sad part.
I'm sorry.
If I gotta ask, have you been born a woman? Please let me see your birth certificate. It's shitty.
Like I said, 2-kid minimum. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I need 2 kids.
We saw a pretty girl the other night, but the bitch hands was bigger than mine. I'm sitting there
Yes.
like, yo.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, Jeff.
Yeah.
Look, like she looked like she could grip 3 footballs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I had a fat, nice little
Her
figure on.
ass
I'm like,
was crazy.
yo, my man, don't
But
touch
I
my
mean,
dingling.
this is the world we live in. So I guess.
Right, but let me go back to my original point real quick. So you meet the representative in the pod. So I'm faking. I'm not giving you the full Jeff in the pod
Right.
Why wouldn't you be giving me the full you?
because I need you to like me. And I'm not even saying because I need to go to round 2.
No, I don't.
But
no,
I
no,
need
no,
you to
no.
like me.
No, I don't think it's that way because these guys, when they were dating, I mean, there's like a lot of men and women.
Right.
So some of them, that they cross them off their list real quick. If
Oh, so it wasn't just the
Where?
original 6 or 12 people. No.
there's more people.
Oh, so you'll be leaving. This is why I said she can never
See?
get no fucking reviews.
What?
Yeah, nigga, you left
I
out the
don't
main
know.
cue.
Look at-
I didn't wait. Hold on. I was
I'm
hoping.
thinking it's
sound
like
like
12
we
people in this
stuck.
whole shit.
No, you were
They're
saying,
like, yo, I
certain
ain't got
people
nobody
didn't
else to
feel each
pick.
other, and then they went on.
That wasn't
Damn.
important. I just wanted
Right.
to really touch on what happened with these 2 couples. So I was just letting you know who
No,
made it to
but
the
it
end.
sounds like
No,
a
but-
There was
phenomenal
more
show.
than just the 6.
So to his point, and this could have been shitty editing because somewhere in the line when he was potting with all those other 100 people, however many people it was, he probably was like, "Yo, I like to suck dick. How about you?" You know what I mean? And
No, it
and-
wasn't-
or something crazy
Well,
enough,
that would
and
show
and that would. But see, that would prove his point when he was on that boat, and he shouldn't have acted crazy. But that would have been like, "Yo, I told the other girls I like blank."
No, because
You know what I mean?
see, the whole thing was weird from jump. It was weird because it's when you watch the show, you'll see how he was acting, and you would have been like, "Dude, what's wrong with you?" Because I didn't know what was wrong with him.
I think this is now. I think maybe Netflix is starting a brand new social media platform. Because if this dude and that woman was on Love and Hip Hop, episode 2 minutes into episode 1,
Yeah.
you just saw him on his knees with a guy and she walked up and catch him. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that this has been able to be kept in wraps to that extent until they actually got to the point to where she actually fell for him.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously, this happened episodes down the line. It didn't happen in episode 2, and
if you-
that'll show the new real social dating.
And you know what? I want to see it now because I just want to specifically see that part because if you're saying he was a little flamboyant, then he had to be flamboyant somewhere
I think
else
he
along
was
the
like.
line.
I felt like when I watched him, he was like, I guess I'll say fluid.
He knew what products were out, right?
But I wasn't sure,
Right.
because some guys that are straight are like that, and you never know. I'm just like, maybe
Right.
he's just a pretty guy who keeps himself together. And
Yeah, that shit
what
doesn't
is it
exist.
called?
Yeah, no.
Metrosexual.
Yes, that's what I thought he kind of was.
I don't think
But
those exist,
then
but go ahead.
if you listen to how he speaks, I was like, I don't know, you got a little estrogen in you.
No, but that's the other giveaways. All right, you could be clean cut and all that other crap, and like greasing your scalp every day, and that's great, hopefully. But I'm just saying, it's something else along the line that's going to sell it out. And however they edit it, they may have not ever edited in, but maybe she saw it and then they edited it out to the big reveal, like,
No,
"Hey,
because
baby
when
girl."
you get to the reunion, I mean, they talk about it. So it
You know?
all this, it was
Yeah.
unsettling. I mean,
Very
it was
much.
disgusting how it played out. He was definitely in the wrong of his reaction, and I felt bad for her. I mean,
If
they
you-
left separately, and
Let me ask you, if you fell for a dude like that and you found out later he was metrosexual, well, go both ways, I should say, bisexual, would you stay with him? You had a
I
great
don't
time
know,
up until that point,
because I think for her, she was trying to figure that out.
but he ruined it because he
He
shitted on
ruined
her.
it when he
Yeah,
called
yeah.
her a bitch, and the
Right.
the female part of him came out.
Well, that was the whole thing.
Right.
Unfortunately, when some people are wrong, the first thing they do is they get defensive and they react.
Yeah.
And I need to make you feel as horrible as possible
Mhm.
to take the facts
And she
off
ran
that
to
I
the
actually,
room and she cried. And I
Well,
was
that's
like, if
it.
somebody
I
console
was
her.
wrong by doing something wrong, but to mask the fact that I was wrong by doing what I did, I'm going to put everything on you.
Yeah.
You're the one who made me sleep with that person. You pulled my zipper down. And all
I
this
mean,
other
if
stuff.
I mean,
get
there's
you.
more than one. I mean, there are
Right,
a
right,
bunch
right.
of people dating. Okay, these are the ones that made it to the marriage part.
I got
okay?
you. I got you.
Like, there's a guy named Barnett, and he was entertaining 3 girls. Okay, and it got
Nice.
the best of him. And
They
there's
got
a
the best
song
of
with
him?
That.
Aw.
Yes. So I mean, there's more to it, and it happens quick. It may seem like it happened quickly, but they only get a few.
No, got you.
Right.
I got you.
So, but it's a good while you're stuck in a house. If you choose to be stuck in a house because you're afraid to go outside and get some fresh air, then watch Love Is Blind on Netflix. And that's our show.
Aww.
You say aw.
Gotta check it out.
You really do.